Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Las Claudia video. My name is DK, and today we're going over the newest unit for Las Claudia. Right now, we are currently in a collab with Code Geass, and Lelouch will be dropping as the second character. This is actually his second form in Las Claudia. His first form was more of a DPS type with a very amazing time stop ability, and we use it heavily back in the day. And I think even with his insight, it's still pretty good. They went more towards the single target, the single world area, and prior to that we were using it for dual. I don't know, I'm definitely gonna do an insight video probably after this. Honestly, it should be up by tomorrow, because now that we have him releasing, now I kind of understand what the two differences between the two Lelouches are going to be, and this one is very different. They went more of a support role for this one, where like I said, the previous one was more DPS. So we're going to go ahead and start the video, and we're going to talk about his kit. I know a lot of you have already seen this. I was very excited to see the introduction during the live stream, and art is, holy crap, the art is so good. So he has mostly range attack, 8 hits on the S1, 12 hits on the S2, and 18 hits on the S3. And then I love the S4. The animation's so clean, a lot more in depth than the previous one. Everything here has been completely upgraded from his previous S4 on his first form. Okay, so as far as traits go, like I said, he's built more around support, and honestly, in Las Claudia, supports are very rare. So for trait 1, we do have, when equipped with only one weapon, your light damage is 40% and 40k cap. So instantly, with his original cap, he's getting 49,999 damage. So really cool, no condition there. And of course, he is going to be a light DPS. Close equipped, he has a really good damage taken, 35%, which again is all damage. So it's going to be magic counter, physical, and special. Boost physical attack and special damage cap based on the number of debuffs on target enemy. Max is 20% and damage cap plus 20k at 10 debuffs. Very similar to, I think, oh god, the last unit we had like this was, as I think, Thouser. So very similar. Of course, debuffing an enemy is very easy in this game. There's also an Ark that could give you, I think, up to 10 debuffs. Is it 10 or 12? I don't remember. But a massive amount of debuffs through the Ark trait skill, or the Ark skill. Of course, we debuff enemies on the daily. We have circles, we have STR, MND, INT, defense down, all types of stuff. So very easy to get 10 debuffs in this era for Las Claudia. So it's going to be an easy way to get another 20% plus another 20k, which is very nice. So it's a total of 60k on his trait 1, and again 35 damage reduction. So very nice. We do have trait 2, battle start, give all enemies a light resistance debuff minus 20 points. Absolutely amazing. I believe it is going to be a 40-second debuff, but it will use 50 MP to re-give the debuff every 40 seconds. So that's actually really good. And another thing that you can note is that this will stack. Actually, will this stack? Hold on, let me think here. Yes, it will stack with Theo. It will stack with Shift Melee's Anima. So right there, that's 20. I believe Ray also has a light resist. So anything Anima related will stack with this, along with Giga Week or the Theo Arc at max 10. Having a battle start debuff is absolutely amazing. Roland had one on his armor. This one's built into his kit. Such a phenomenal thing to have for light resistance, just because our circles don't, the elemental circles don't really favor a light and dark, or just the other elements. So having this in our arsenal is really good. So you can stack this also with your circles. For the holy and like the dark situation, because like I said, the Lania circle and the what is it, his name, Telioso also has his circle, but again, guys, it doesn't do anything for light. So I'm glad he does cover his ass with his minus 20 debuff, and it does stack with animas and weak and stuff like that. Absolutely amazing. Love the battle start stuff, and I love that it re-gives it, so it's not totally lost either. When unit HP hits 0 from an enemy attack, give the enemy a physical damage dealt minus 80 debuff for 7 seconds. This is more of a PvP thing. Majority of the time, if you're fighting a boss, the battle ends as soon as you beat the boss. So therefore, I don't know. PvE sounds a very super niche situation. Like I said, most of the time they will launch a special, and if you die, I don't know. it helps. If he gets killed in some weird situation, then yeah, it's minus 80% for 7 seconds. But what this is really meant to do is really meant to, I feel like this is meant to just absolutely destroy an attacking team if he kills, let's say, if you have him as like an alert tank, or you have him as something. If he dies in the process, that main attacker is just heavily debuffed, and for that 7 seconds, it means a lot. So I mean, without giving out too much information about how you could use that, it's I'm trying to be like scarce on it because we do play PvP and stuff, but it is very good. It is very good for PvP. So and can be very, very annoying. Y'all know who you are out there. When unit is capacitated, restore 1 SCT stock for all skills to ally that had the highest SCR battle start excluding the unit. So yeah, it's just a nice gimmick. Restore 1 SCT stock for all skills is really good. So he's basically, again, supporting the team is what he does. The light resistance debuff is supporting the team, especially a unit like Shout here. If you do have her, this makes her stronger and hit harder. And like I said, the light buff, it's not something that you lose, which is very nice versus like Roland's armor. It's after 40 seconds it dips. You will see it again during battle, so that's what's really great about it. It's really nice to have. When he dies for your team, he benefits the highest SCR DPS, which gives him all stocked. Again, like I said, more and more support is coming in. So absolutely amazing 1 and 2 traits. Damn, someone made actually a strong point whenever we were talking about what he could be, because they only showed the video of the skill being active, but I did notice the light res down. So I already knew that there was going to be some type of light res down, but they did remind me that he was not really fighting in season 2, that he was more of a supporting character. So I was like, oh shit, we're all screwed. So this is actually what we've been anticipating, that he was going to be some type of support unit and not an actual attacker, which makes sense because Colin is such a good attacker. So yeah, they usually kind of split the two here. So the next thing we have is Obey Me World. Battlestar give all enemies an SCR defense int MND minus 50 debuff for 12 seconds. Absolutely busted. What is so crazy about this is that this is basically Apocalypta and Theo arc combined into one. And I believe those 2 arcs are only 10 seconds if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check, but it is on a small scale there. But 12 seconds it's enough time to get shit done in the beginning of a battle, especially at battle start. So absolutely busted. This is insanely good because now you can remove the two arcs that you're using, depending if Theo's still very valuable outside its minus 50 debuff for defense and M&D, because it's still a very good nerf to resistances. But with that said, this removes 2 arc slots for you so that you can run 2 different arcs if you choose to. This is going to cover those bases for removing or debuffing the enemies at battle start. And we all know what this is going to be heavily used on, GVG and Arena. So yeah, for PvE, it's a good situation here. But I mean, we can always we're going to talk more about his kit. He really just kind of covers a lot of this already in his kit that he can really, actively cast over and over again and win. And if the enemy's 40-second timer, fails, or gets removed during fight. So great PvP skill, a phenomenal PvP skill, really good PvE skill. So absolute defense system when taking a physical magic attack, cut damage based on distance, more damage reduction for a physical and magic. So of course a counter will hit, this won't work for counter hits or specials because I get the specific there, so, physical and magic. But very nice. Battle start when revived, give a unit a buff that nullifies 50% of units max HP damage. Guys, we're just damage reduction for days here. We have 35% at trait 1. We have minus 30. I mean, that's really PvE, PvP. Or PvP is going to be mostly physical and magic. Counters kind of have fallen off a little bit, so that's really all you're really worrying about. So good. And then again, he gets a buff that nullifies 50% of units max HP damage. Insane. Zero's frame when attacking an enemy from the Gios debuff. Damage is plus 50% and damage cap plus 20k. When equipped with only one weapon, physical attack and special damage is 30% and damage cap plus 30k. So because of the debuffs going on, because of the potential light the light debuff and potential circles that you'll be adding onto it, he is actually gonna be a decent supporting DPS with over 200k DPS on single wield. He does have a lot of two-handed stuff, very specific on using one weapon. So, I mean, really support DPS is definitely an option for this unit. So yeah, it's going to work out really good. So far we have decent sub DPS damage, and we also have amazing damage reduction along with supporting the team through skills. For Adept Stratagem, we have support magic uses 15% less MP. Duration of buffs from units active skills is plus 20. Very, very good. Basically everything's just gonna last longer. It's gonna cost less to cast. Very nice. We'll take it. Argon up 4. So this is actually really cool. We're starting to see more of these. SCR in 10% flat, no conditions at all. EX Damn, EX Blazer. One enemy SCR, just a massive cut of 50% to SCR. So you can just recast that after your Obey Me World battle start debuff ends. You can go ahead and continue to nuke SCR using the EX Blazer. He also does come with EX Strain, which I believe is only on Telioso. So now if you're running a dark team or a light team, or just really a light team in general, actually dark team, nah, it's fine. A full light team, then EX Strain is going to be perfect. You'll be bringing him instead of a Telioso, because Telioso still has EX Strain, but he also does still have that circle debuff, which is massive, and then also the ring around. I mean, yeah, Telioso is still really good at supporting resistant debuffing, so it's still such a solid unit. Ether Slip, more PvP oriented. Auto high protection, I believe Ether Slip is a reduction to SCT. I rarely use it, so I can't remember who it's on, honestly. Auto high protection, more protection to him. Grand Brave, nice. Auto Grand Aura. Auto haste. Like I said, they're covering bases on his DPS, so he is definitely going to cap in a lot of situations. They're covering his STR and aura. Of course, it's a little odd that they give him all this EX stuff, but they didn't give him EX Brave and EX Aura. That might have broke him a little bit, but he doesn't have a crazy amount of percentages, and I don't know, maybe he does. Because we're still going through the kit here, but that'd be kind of cool to kind of pursue that a little bit more. It does come with auto haste, auto advanced circle, returning MP, fighting spirit, I believe that's HP and STR, esoteric up 4. Again, they usually keep the first row here for stat ups, so it's all supporting stats. It's just going to help him survive with HP, STR, give him more strength, INT, stuff like that. Pose of honor. Very nice. Quick trigger, he will start with something random on his board, so whether it be an S2 or S1, 2, or 3, it is RNG related on that one. Moonlight 2, very nice, will stack with Moonlight 1. As long as you're at full HP, you get some INT, and it's not as costly for Moonlight 1, so very nice. Cloak of Majesty is damage reduction, very nice. Two-handed machine boost. Wait, does he come with no two-handed machine? Okay, so they actually, I mean, you can dual wield him. I wonder what the numbers are going to be like. They might be a little low. So they gave him a booster, but they didn't give him two-handed machine, so that's going to be a little costly if you use that. It's that two-handed machine is going to be mostly for PvE. You won't use that for PvP. Machine boost. Machine Giga, very nice. Light attack raise 2, Giga drive, and thaumaturgy plus. Okay, so he did not come with high drive, or mega drive, or light attack raise 1 or 3. Okay, so the light package is a little bare. I probably would have removed piercing and added more light damage. I probably would have removed. No, I would have kept the turkey ring. I mean, get rid of the haste. Like, we could have just done another drive. We could have done light high drive and got rid of the haste. I mean, come on now. Piercing's nice though. We do like piercing. Anti-type shield, more survivability. Revenge heart, royal armor, decoy, magnet shield, counter. So all bottom row here is going to be support for his survivability, which is very, very nice. Yeah, wow. I do really like these 3 here. Maglian Shield 2. Man, dude, he's gonna be kind of hard to kill. I'll be honest with you guys. Oh no, he's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like a beefed up Labyrinth. I don't know. Labyrinth debuffs attack damage, if I'm mistaken. And he's just gonna be hard to kill in general. Oh man, those two be menacing, honestly. Um, he's good, guys. He's again PvP. I'm saying that for PvP. He's good. But guys, I'm not done yet. I'm saying that don't get discouraged yet. Because PvE definitely needs supporting in PvP and PvE for some content, for a lot of content too. So this is not just he is very valuable in PvP, but there's value, and we're gonna probably get there in a second here. Close equip defense and M&D plus 30% damage taken minus 10. Special damage plus 30% damage cap plus 5k. Physically attacking boost damage cap based on distance, so 3,000. So he actually, on his long range attack LB, he does get a cap for distance, and then he also does get a cap for using one weapon. So it's a total of 9k on this one. That's really good. That's actually pretty decent. Holy weapon is actually really cool. Light weapon equipped, light damage is plus 20%. Very good. We do have a 20%. So it's basically light attack raise 1. Very nice. And then we have a damage cap attached. When only one weapon is equipped, another 15k. So we get 7,500 plus that 15k. Both lines benefit versus like the previous units. They'll either put when only equipped with one weapon this, or single or double or dual wielding, you'll get a smaller number. Each line benefits him. It's not like one or the other, which is really good. I love how they did this E6. It's so freaking solid. The next thing here is damage taken minus 15. Again, a lot of his damage reduction isn't just physical or magical oriented. It's all damage. So he has 10% up there on close mastery, 15% here on damage taken transcend, and then he also has another 35% on his kit. Trait 1, and then he does come with auto protection, cloak of majesty, and then adding more additional damage reduction is insane for this unit. Survivability gonna be wild, I'm telling y'all right now. He does come with faint resists. I'm sorry, yeah, most likely to be fainted, cut faint time, very nice. And then the debuff duration debuff, so it's gonna be another 10%. Very nice. So I believe, what is that, an extra 10 to the 20 I think we saw on his skills, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 30% duration. So his E6 is going to be so very important. Make sure you guys do his E6 immediately. If you do pull this unit, it's going to benefit you highly. Now let's get to the nitty gritty here. We were all wondering what this damn skill was. Of course, they teased this right after the column vid, and we're just we sat here for about 30 minutes just staring at what it could be, because Lelouch always has something, you know, hidden there for us. And of course they made it real clear that they didn't want us to know what was going to happen. And of course I knew that it was going to be some kind of damage cap modifier, because based on the alone on just seeing this right there, I knew that it was going to help the team in some way as far as damage cap. I didn't know they would go as far as putting a 50% damage booster on all allies. Give all enemies debuff that boost damage take. You might as well say they're getting 50% more damage. They're also getting 25k more cap taken. So what's crazy about this, it is no condition here at all for who can get this. It is all units. This buffs Lenius, this buffs Roland, this buffs Shoutier, yeah, Shoutier, Colin, bro. This thing is nuts. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of glitter on this and restore 1 SCT stock for all skills and to all other allies. Come on, that's crazy. Once per wave, of course. So pick and choose when you use it. I probably would use it at the very end of a battle, because the majority of the time those monsters will buff their shit up, and damage becomes a little bit harder to dish out. So this for me is like a last stand when it comes to the last couple, 100 million that you have left. This is going to help, versus I wouldn't use this at battle start. Bigger enemies are usually, sometimes, occasionally, are weaker in the beginning, and then will get buffed towards the end. Having full control over when you can use this is so cool. I'd most likely use it at that. Again, it's only 40 seconds, so use it wisely. Yeah. Of course, if you are using a unit like Shouter where the timer does mean something, of course, if you're using Shouter in general for this, I would use that as soon as you use her S4 and you start dual wielding her. That's another situational, to think far ahead of if and when we get a rerun and you guys understand what Shouter is if you don't already have her. Absolutely amazing unit. Absolutely love this. Such a great idea. All right, here we go. Damn it. This arc is good. This arc is so good. Battlestar, give all enemies a cut, silence, and curse resistance debuff. This is going to be the biggest pain in the ass in PvP and PvE. We can always counter this. There's easy ways to counter this, but we will have to build for it because it's not a chance. It is give all enemies a cut, silence, and curse. Yeah. That's crazy because, oh man, should I be saying this? I mean, people already know. Yeah, it's just, you can just do so much with this. Such a good freaking arc. Also, man-made ether, if I'm not mistaken. God, there's so many arcs and my brain goes crazy when I'm doing these videos. But this basically replaces a 3% chance of research skills activating. Insane. Finally on something that is not, is it an SR or R? I don't remember. I think it's on an R. Is it SR? I can't remember. I do use it occasionally when I need it. But the fact that this is on a more powerful arc, there's a lot more to give on this one as well. Insane. And look at her just chilling there on that beautiful art again, and then they give us this crazy ass arc trait. This is good. Nullify, we get M&D, nice little 10% chance to nullify magic damage taken. Nice. It gets better. Accomplices, if only one other ally has the skill accomplices set, physical and magic attack damage cap plus 1500. For a single wield, this doesn't really do much, but for a dual wield, it does. You basically double it, so it's an extra 3k cap, 3k total damage. Very nice. And of course, I would probably put this between 3 to 5 SC, so it might be pretty cheap. Just basically put it on your two attackers, your sub DPS and DPS. It works perfectly fine. Seize World, healing speed for all status ailments is minus 20, but physical and magical damage taken is minus 15. Yeah, I don't care. That's if it's 5 SC for minus 15. If it's crazy to ask for this, but 3 SC for minus 15 would be crazy. I'd probably between 5 and 7 for Seize World. If it's 5, such a broken little skill there. 7 is going to be a little costly, but it works really well. But that's what I'm going to kind of put it at, because of course we don't know what the costs are going to be. Holy Chance, I really don't care for chances, really. Sarah's threw me off, or I just don't like chances. Light attack damage is plus 20%, damage cap 3000 to enemies and Fatal Break. I don't even think we have light breakers, do we? I can't remember. I don't think so. The most breaker I use is lightning and fire. So yeah, no. But Illusion, Quick Trigger, Independence. All pretty weak skills, all attainable on all SSR arcs, so it's not really right. Compasses is my favorite. Siege World is very good, and of course that arc trait is phenomenal. Moving on to the last part here is going to be the 100% AER. This one is really good. Why did they have to make such a banger for this unit, man? It's such a good, I love the little art too in the locket. We have a rarity 6-star accessory. Defense is a nice flat 5%. Battle start restore S2, SCT 7 seconds. Such a good battle start. You know, if the S2 is the best in slot, this is going to help you get it right off the bat. We have nice stats of MP plus 30, defense 82, and MND plus 50. Attribute resistances plus 5 to light and plus 5 to dark. It's such a great little locket, man. Such a great locket. I love the AER. Really, I have no complaints at all about either arc or unit. Now again, here we go. What are we gonna talk? We're gonna talk about whether we pull or not pull. So like I said, we're gonna let this play while I'm talking here because it's just gonna make me want to pull hard, even harder. So like I said, he is going to be a very good unit. Again, you got to really ask yourself, are you going to be playing PvP or PvE? And of course, you're going to build them based on that. But again, he's going to be so good for both. So I'm going to say he's a must pull. And you know, you guys don't really ever hear me say that. I think he's a must pull. I really do, especially for a newer account. If you do have Cullen, she's a phenomenal DPS. On paper, she didn't look as crazy, but after using her and building her, yeah, no, she's definitely up there as like this, either in some areas #1 DPS, some areas #2 DPS. Like they both top DPS and her have their you know, own little things here and there, but oh man, this collab is so good. For a starting account, owning both these units is so beneficial, especially if you already pulled Sarah and Lenius. Yeah, really, if you have Lenius, Colin, Sarah, and Lelouch, I don't really see any issues going forward for a while. You can pretty much save until half anniversary, where there's gonna be a lot of goodies and whatnot. We'll go ahead and do this final thoughts here. So like I said, must pull. I think he's definitely a must pull, honestly. We don't even know what the pays are yet, guys. The pays could increase that 25k by an extra 10k. It could increase it by as less as 5k. And everything that's gonna be coming for his pay is gonna benefit Lelouch as a whole unit, and I think it could be really crazy. You know, shit. There's just a lot of good units coming out. They came out so far, and there's rerun banners happening. Really, if you don't really need Lenius. He's more of a luxury unit, because if you already have oh my god, I forgot her name right now, Aloha, then you don't need Lenius, of course. But really, Colin, Lelouch, and Sarah on a team is going to be unstoppable. I know the light res doesn't really benefit Colin, but the 25k cap on dual will. And if you do go the paid route, I'm pretty sure the accessory or clothing I don't think he's going to come with a weapon. He's going to come with an accessory and clothing, and I think one of those is going to benefit his cap on that debuff. So yeah, very exciting to see. I hope this video was beneficial to you guys. Like I said, I might go all in for this guy. Such a good unit. And anyways, if you have any questions, please just drop in the comments below, as always. And I'll love to hear the feedback. If you guys suggest anything, please do it. Don't be scared. Just go and let me know, see what I can do. But if you guys, you know, good luck to you guys tomorrow on those tickets. We are getting tickets in the morning. I will be doing a vid today. It will be out tomorrow about the tickets, because honestly, I did say not to use the tickets, and a lot of people did. So I kind of got discouraged in making it, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it, because now that we have the final thoughts on both units, now we can we'll have the final tickets to the Redux. So that means once you use those, there will be no more coming in. Therefore, that's when you can use your ticket that we did get for free. But yeah, going forward. If you guys have any, like I said, good luck tomorrow, and let me know how it goes. But anyways, guys, have a good night. Be safe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.